Before you take another breath, I need you to feel something. Not think. Feel. Press your hand gently against your chest right now. Do you feel that? That quiet ache that has lived there longer than you can remember. That is not weakness. That is love that never had a place to land. You did not click on this video. This video found you because something in the universe recognized that you have been carrying a silence that was never yours to carry. A name that visits you in the spaces between everything else. A feeling you have tried to explain to people who were never going to understand. Tonight, that ends. Not with noise, not with drama, with truth. The kind of truth that wraps around you like the first warm light after a very long winter. The person who turned towards someone else instead of turning toward you has finally woken up. And what they are about to tell you will not just surprise you. It will heal something you stopped believing could still be healed. Stay here. Every single word in this message was written for the exact version of you that showed up tonight. Close your eyes for just a moment and go back. Not to the pain, to the moment just before, when things were still soft between you, when their eyes still held something warm when they looked at you. You remember that, don't you? That version of them was real, more real than anything that came after. But something happened. Fear arrived before they were ready to face it. And instead of reaching for your hand, they reached for the door. Here is what they never told you, what they may not have even understood themselves until recently. The night they left, they did not just leave you, they left themselves. The version of them that was capable of real honesty. The version that felt things too deeply to stay numb. The version that only existed fully when they were standing close to you. They have been living as a quieter, smaller version of who they are ever since. And the world they built without you has never once felt like home. Because home was never a place. It was the feeling they had when you were near, and they destroyed it. And they have not slept the same way since. Let me hold your heart gently right now, because this part asks something of you. It asks you to release the story that you were not enough. You were not left because you lacked something. You were left because what you offered was too complete for someone who had not yet learned how to receive it. When they turned toward another person, they were not searching for better. They were searching for easier to breathe around, easier to disappear inside. A connection that asked nothing of their deeper self, because their deeper self was terrified. And for a while, easier felt like relief, but relief is not the same as fulfillment, and fulfillment, they discovered, has a very specific texture. It feels like being fully known and fully chosen at the same time. They had that with you. They gave it away. And every single day since, in the quiet moments no distraction can reach, they have felt the absence of it like a missing piece of themselves they cannot stop reaching for. Every laugh that did not land the same way. Every silence that felt hollow, instead of safe. Every moment they reached for depth and found only surface. All of it led back to one thought, one name, yours. There is something they carry that you cannot see. You have imagined them moving forward easily, lightly, as though what happened between you left no mark on them, but that is not the truth. Late at night, when the performance of their day is finally over, they sit with something heavy. They replay the moments they chose silence over honesty. They remember the look on your face when the distance first appeared. They think about the things you said that were gentle and patient and kind, and they feel the full weight of what they did with that kindness. This guilt is not something they talk about. It does not have a name in their world yet, but it is there every morning when they wake up and feel that something is fundamentally unresolved. It is there in the way they sometimes stop in the middle of ordinary moments and go completely still, as though something just reminded them of what they lost. They are not at peace. They have simply become very skilled at pretending, but underneath the pretending, something is pressing upward. Something that has been waiting for the courage to finally break the surface. And that something has your name written all over it. If what you are hearing right now is landing somewhere deep inside you, do not move yet, because the next piece of this message is the one that will take your breath away. Before we go deeper, I want to stop and look at you for a moment. Not the version of you that holds it together for everyone else. The version of you that showed up here tonight, quietly, maybe a little broken, maybe more hopeful than you want to admit. That version of you is so brave, and this community was built for exactly that version. If this message is reaching into something real inside you, subscribe right now and turn on every notification. Not because of an algorithm, because the next message in this series was made for exactly where you are right now, and you deserve to receive it the moment it arrives. Like this video, if even one sentence tonight made you feel less alone, because feeling less alone is not a small thing. It is everything. Now breathe, because what comes next is the part they have been building toward for months, the part they rehearsed alone in the silence, the part they were most afraid to say. Something happened inside them recently that they did not expect. It did not arrive with drama. It arrived the way the most important things always arrive, quietly. In a moment that looked ordinary from the outside, they were in the middle of their regular life, doing something small and forgettable. When it hit them, not a thought, a feeling. The specific, undeniable feeling of having made a mistake so significant that time had not softened it. It had sharpened it. The relationship they chose, the easier path they ran toward, had slowly revealed its limits, and in the space where depth should have lived, there was only air. They reached for something real and found nothing. And in that nothing, you arrived, not as a ghost, not as regret, as a truth, as the clearest possible reminder of what genuine connection actually feels like. And something inside them cracked open. Something they had been keeping sealed for a very long time, because they finally understood what they had been too afraid to understand before. They did not lose a relationship when they walked away from you. They lost the only person who had ever truly seen them. And that kind of loss does not heal with time. It deepens until it demands to be faced. If they could reach you right now, without armor, without pride, without the months of silence standing between you, this is what would pour out of them. And I want you to receive every word. I told myself I was making the right choice. I told myself that what I felt with you was too much, too intense, too real for where I was. I was lying to myself. What I called too much was the first time in my life that someone saw me completely and did not look away. I ran from that. I ran straight towards something that asked nothing of me, and I have been paying for that decision every single day since. I think about the way you listened, the way you never needed me to be more or less than exactly what I was. I think about the way things felt when we were in the same space, like everything made sense without needing to be explained. I don't know if I deserve to say any of this. I don't know if you will receive it. But I need you to know that walking away from you was the greatest mistake I have ever made, and I am no longer able to pretend otherwise. These words live inside them right now, growing louder with every passing day. The only thing still standing between those words and your ears is one final wall, and that wall is almost gone. You have every right to ask this question. If they felt all of this, if the guilt was always there and the truth was always there, why did it take so long to reach you? Here is the answer that no one tells you. They were waiting for you to stop waiting. As long as you were holding space for them, as long as some part of you was suspended in the hope of their return, they could feel it. And that feeling, as warm as it was, gave them permission to stay silent. Because silence is only unbearable when it has consequences. But something shifted in you recently. You began, slowly and quietly, to choose yourself. Not loudly, not in ways the world could see, but internally. You stopped asking why and started asking what's next. And they felt that shift like the ground moving beneath them. The comfort of your patience began to disappear, and in its place arrived something they were not prepared for. The very real possibility that they had waited too long, that the window they assumed would always be open, was beginning, gently but permanently, to close. And that is what finally broke through every wall they had built. Not love alone, love mixed with the fear of permanent loss. That is what is pushing them toward you right now. Before their message reaches you, before the moment comes that changes the space between you, I want to give you something to stand on. You were never too much. You were never too intense, too emotional, too present, too honest. You were simply too real for someone who had not yet done the work to meet you there. Everything you offered was right. Everything you felt was valid. Every moment you spent wondering what you did wrong was a moment spent solving a problem that was never yours to solve. You are not the person in this story who needs to change. You are the person in this story who stayed true. So, when they come, and they are coming, you do not have to run toward them. You do not have to collapse into the relief of being chosen. You can stand exactly where you are, rooted in everything you have learned about yourself in the silence, and simply decide from wholeness, from clarity, from the quiet, unshakable knowledge of your own worth. That is your power. That has always been your power, and it was never more yours than it is right now. Comment below and say, I know my worth, and mean every single letter, because the universe is listening, and so are we. If this message held you, do not leave without subscribing, because the next message in this series is already waiting, and it carries something even more specific, even more personal, even more true. You were guided here for a reason. Let that reason continue to guide you. We will be here when you arrive.